Hari Om, Ch.2, verse 47, Sankhya Yoga, and in this Karma Yoga, philosophy of life. In verse 46, Lord Krishna said, "Hey Arjuna, when the river is flooded, what is the use of the small well? Similarly, for a man who has realized his self, what is the use of Vedas?" This is what he said in verse 46. From verse 47 to 60, Krishna gives a bird's eye view of Karma Yoga, even though it is explained in detail in the next chapter. The following verse is a wonderful verse, and it is a secret recipe for success in any field. Further, it also contains a secret to get over the sorrows arising out of the failures in any endeavor. A wonderful verse, a verse which everyone must memorize, understand, and apply in the field of work. It may look difficult following this verse or applying this verse, but Lord Krishna says this is the way for purifying the mind or to live without agitations of the mind. Verse 47. Karmanyevadhigaraste ma phaleshu gadachana ma karma phalaheturbhuhu ma te sangostva karmani. Karmanyevadhigaraste. When doing action, you have a choice. Ma phaleshu gadachana. Phala. Never for the fruits of that action. Ma karma phala heturbhuhu. Karma phala hetu. Never think you are the Karan or the source or the founder for the fruits of action. Mate sangostva karmani. Never attach yourself to akarmani, that is inaction. Lord Krishna says, "Hey Arjuna, you have a choice over your action, but never in the results after performing that action. Never think that you have control over the results or you are the author of the results. Never get attached to inaction." This is what Lord Krishna says. Please bear with me. The explanation for this verse will take more time of yours. We will try to do it in two parts. This verse given by the divine is divine by itself. There are many commentaries on this verse. Many acharyas and saints have lectured on this verse in detail. Taking out the juice from their lectures is very difficult. The real flavor will be lost in that process. However, I will try to give the juice. You will not get the wonderful taste of the acharyas, but you can get a feel of it. I am giving the extract from their speeches. Using my own words is like adding poison to milk. Hence, with their permission and blessings, I am giving the extract of what they said in this verse. Every verse in Bhagavad Gita is extremely important. Lord Krishna spoon feeds us to build our character and how to face the challenges of life. Taking it or leaving it is our choice. Brick by brick, Lord Krishna is laying the foundation of character for common people like us. We know everyone has to work in this world. There is no exception. Even a beggar, he has to work. He has to go from car to car. Everyone invariably has a goal. For most of us, money is the goal. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong in having money as a goal, as long as it is keeping with dharma. That is, you don't get it by corrupt means. Your heart will know, and nobody else can judge this. The reason for failure in any field is that the more anxious you are on the goal or the result, the most likely you will fail. Why? You are not concentrating on the work you have on your hand, but most worried about the result. If your concentration is not on the work, but on the fruits of that work or the result of that work, then your work is not getting the desired attention which it deserves, and you do a very bad job. Your energies get dissipated, and hence you cannot achieve the goal. For example, take a tennis player or a football player. The goal of every player is to win the cup. If the player, while playing, always thinks about the huge money, the cup, and the name and fame that will come to him if he wins the cup, he will miss the ball. The opposite side will be scoring goal after goal. There is nothing wrong in having a desire to win the cup and the money. Otherwise, you can't be a player. But once you get into the field, you cannot think of anything else except the ball and the goal. Once the player concentrates on this, other things will automatically fall in place. This is what Lord Krishna says. Please listen very carefully what the Acharyas say on this verse. Now we will see Swami Dayananda Saraswati. What he is saying on this? Swami Dayananda Saraswati says, man has limited knowledge and limited choice over his actions. First, everyone has to accept this fact. While performing any action, there are three choices available to us. 1. We can perform the action. 2. We may not perform the action. 3. We can perform the action differently. Only three choices are available. While performing the action, limited choice is given to us. These three choices are there. Already we have seen, for every action, there is a result. This is nature's law. Every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Newton's third law of motion. After you perform the action, on the result, you have no control. There are 4 possible results which can happen for any action. 1. The result may be exactly what you expected. 2. The result may be more than what you expected. 3. The result may be lesser than what you expected. 4. The result may be completely opposite to what you expected. Any one of the results can happen. You have no control over the result. This fact you must understand and accept. We will see an example. For example, assume that you are a CA student giving the examination. You are giving the final examination. You expect 55 marks in a particular subject. Results are announced. First one, it may so happen that you get 55 marks in that subject. You pat yourself and say, I know, I will get 55 marks. Second option, you may get 70 marks, distinction. This time you are surprised that you got extra marks. You think it is God's grace. 3. You may get only 45 marks and just pass. This time you will think the examiner was not in mood while correcting the paper. That's why you got lesser marks. 4. You may fail in that subject which you performed well. Now you blame, what is this worst institute, etc., you say. So these possible results can happen. In the above case, you don't have a choice over the result. You had a choice whether to write the exam or not. But over the result, you don't have a control. This is applicable for all actions. The result depends on so many factors, known and unknown. Either we jump over the results or we get depressed over the result. Why? Because we forget that the result or fruit is not in our hands, and we think we will get surely exactly what we want, which is not possible in 100% of the cases. No doubt, the goal must be there. But when we study, we should concentrate on the subject and not on the goal. Naturally, for a person who worked hard and still failed, it will be very difficult to digest the result. But understand that this is a fact of life. In spite of doing well, if you fail, if you accept that fact and understand that in life, sometimes I am more successful and sometimes I fail, then your approach to the results of your action will be mental equipoise, balance of mind, calm mind. You take everything, whether success or failure, in a balanced manner and accept the fact that I did my best and results are not in my hand. Another example is a heart surgeon. When a tough case comes, he works very hard to revive the patient. At that time, in his mind, there will be nothing else. But sometimes, in spite of his best efforts, when the patient dies, he will say, I did everything what I can. I am sorry. Same thing in every action. Is this attitude possible? It looks, sir, this is not possible. How can somebody not getting affected by the results that come to him after performing the action in his best possible manner? Swami Dayananda Saraswati says, it is easy. You have to adopt prasada buddhi. That is, whatever result comes, you must understand that there is an unknown factor or unknown hand which is giving the result. Remember, in 1986 World Cup football, Maradona accepted that the goal was by his hand, and it is still known as hand of God. When success comes, you must say, thanks Lord Krishna for giving this wonderful result. I did what I can. When failure comes, then you must say, thanks Lord Krishna for giving such a wonderful result. You gave me an opportunity to examine myself whether I am fit for this game or not. If I feel I am fit, I will see what mistakes are committed while performing the action, correct them, and again become the best challenger in this game. Else, I will change the game for which I am fit. Thanks Lord Krishna. This must be the attitude. Hence Swami Dayananda Saraswati says, accept success or failure as a blessing, prasada of Lord Krishna. Your mind will be at calm. This is called prasada buddhi. We will see what Chinmayananda ji says tomorrow. Chinmayananda ji and Vivekananda ji says tomorrow. Verse 47 again. Karman yevadhigaraste ma phaleshu gadachana ma karma phalaheturbuhu ma te sangostva karmani. Harihom Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu. Narayana Narayana